What's up YouTube, it's your boy Dashing and this is the semifinals of the TPL Draft League. I am one of the coaches of Alliance and this week we take on Austin and the Robinhood Squadron. His team consists of Mega Venusaur, Indeedee, Sableye, Diancie, Zacian, Toxapex, Talonflame, Rotom-Fan, Silvally and Hitmontop. I almost lost to Austin in the regular season. Definitely have a horrible matchup versus his team. The elephant in the room is definitely the Zacian. This mon can just win depending on its set. And unfortunately, I don't have a fire type, so all of my mons can be hit for super effective. Not to mention, none of my mons naturally outspeed it. So it's gonna be tough breaking this down. Despite having an auto-win mon, the rest of his team doesn't really have a good matchup versus mine. Basically, if we can cripple the Zacian with Para or Burn, then it's more or less an auto-win for us. So let's check out our team. First up here, we have Kevs Durant as usual. We are running the Life Orb set. This allows us to break through the Toxapex. Otherwise, we will fall short of damage, especially if it has haze and uses haze like to remove our potential attack boost with max knuckle. EVs are pretty standard: max attack, jolly to outspeed. I believe this will be for the, not exactly sure, I believe for the, what do you call this, Silvally rock, just in case, and the rest for HP. Standard attacks for speed, coverage for Toxapex, Rock Slide for the Rotom. Our next mon, Hoopa Unbound, the Asshole Latins. I'm hoping that this mon will shine this game. We are running Sash with Sub, Psychic, Dark Pulse, and T-Wave. Psychic, our dedicated stab, hits most of his mons really hard. Dark Pulse for the Indeedee, T-Wave for the Zacian, and Sub, so we could potentially sub on mons like Venusaur, especially if it's like wants to run Sleep Powder or Leech Seed shenanigans. We have max speed here to speed tie the Venusaur if ever, so hopefully it doesn't come to that, but if it does, then hopefully we get the roll. Our next mon, Silvally Poison, Kati Itlog. We're running Tailwind, Parting Shot, Protect, Multi-Attack. So, very interesting set here. We are running max speed to speed tie the other Silvally, as well as Indeedee actually. Indeedee's base 95 as well. We are running Multi-Attack, which really hits the Zacian hard if ever it doesn't have like Psychic Fangs on its set. So that's if it gets chipped with, you know, other moves and it's within range, that could help. Parting Shot for pivot, Protect to, I don't know, potentially stall out a turn of I'm not exactly sure if this was for max or something. Tailwind, so we can set up a speed advantage versus the Zacian if ever. Not really sure how this will play out, but it's really a flexible set. Our Arceus here, we are running the mono attacking Arceus. Very interesting. We are crossing our fingers that the Toxapex doesn't have haze, because if it doesn't, then this could be an auto win for us. Iron Defense, Psychic, Recover, CM. So once we get a boost from Iron Defense and the Zacian comes in, we can definitely wall that completely. Especially at +6, if we get +6 versus his +6, we can definitely take those superpowers. And you know, when you start using superpowers, then your defense will get dropped, as well as the speed F, and we can hit it hard with Psychic, as well as, you know, the boost from special attack. Very interesting set. Our next mon, Type Null. Alex is already free at this point, so yeah boy. We are running T-Wave for the Zacian. We have a lot of tech for the Zacian, but you know, who knows if we'll be able to use it. U-turn, Rest Stock. So the point of this, as well as the bulk this is our direct check to Zacian. If he does decide to switch out on our potential T-Wave, we can just rest, keep it a bit healthier, and then you turn out or just raw switch to keep it as healthy as possible. Our last one here, Spectre with Salakberry. This is the exact same set without the Dark Pulse, I guess, that we used in the first game. So we are hoping to get, let's say, a nasty plot boost on one of the mons, probably Pex, because it's the least threatening. And then if we don't get burned, we can like sweep the team. If Zacian comes out, we can endure to proc the Salakberry, and then we can outspeed and win the game. But hopefully, we have a lot of tech here, so much tech, so much anti-Zacian tech, but it's really hard to pull it off because, like I said, all of his he can OHKO all of our mons, probably except the type null. But yeah, let's go ahead and see here. Based on his team, I'm expecting him to bring Mega Venusaur, Indeedee, Zacian, Toxapex, Talonflame, Rotom Fan. He could bring Sableye over the... I don't really know if he's gonna bring Sableye. He'll probably bring it over Indeedee because I can't see him bringing it over Talonflame because Talonflame is really good in this game. It really checks the Hoopa hard because it has U-turn, and Hoopa like dies to U-turn. So as well as its speed tier is really amazing. I believe it has access to taunt as well, so it can really shut down some of our setup shenanigans. But yeah, but knowing Austin, he'll probably bring the Indeedee because he likes to specs expanding force, that type of stuff. So let's go ahead and check out the game, see what he brought. Alright, so looking at the team, no Sableye, no Talonflame. Wow, very interesting. He chose to bring the Hitmontop over the Talonflame. I definitely do not agree with that decision. I get what he was going for there. He wants to use potential Intimidates over the Durant because he doesn't want Durant to sweep. But yeah, Durant isn't really the biggest threat in the team. I would say it's Hoopa as well as the Spectre. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Our plan is 100% leading Hoopa because it is Sash. We have a good matchup versus anything he would bring. He sends out Indeedee, sets up the terrain. At this point, I'm fine trading Hoopa for Indeedee because basically what will happen here is he loses his Ghost immunity, and that lets what do you call this? Spectre sweep. He goes for Dazzling Gleam as we go for the Dark Pulse, and that OHKOs. Sends out Zacian. Now, the interesting part about that is when I saw the damage, I'm like, oh, that has to be Specs. There's no way that's like Sash or anything. So he does reveal to be Specs, which is what we predicted. And Zacian comes in. Now at this point, I don't want to complicate the game. The correct play is 100% go for the T-Wave. Because if the Zacian sets up, we already lose. It's GG at that point. If it doesn't set up, we can still play around, something can happen, and we may be able to outposition it. So our play here, with no hesitation, I go for the T-Wave. And he goes for Sword Dance. And we hit the T-Wave. Oh my god. At this point, when I was playing this live, I was like, oh my god, did I already win? Because during the first turn, once we knocked out the Indeedee, I was like, this is a borderline impossible to win matchup, like on paper. And then once we knock out the Indeedee, I thought, oh, maybe this is winnable. And then once we got the para on Zacian, I was like, this game is so over. This is so over. I go for the Psychic here as we outspeed. Unfortunate he gets para. We go for the Psychic again. None of his mons wanted to switch into that because as you can see, his 3 remaining mons are weak to Psychic, and a Psychic from Mr. Hoopa Unbound in terrain, that will kill. Rotom comes in, We go for the psychic, it almost kills. Sets up a nasty plot, very interesting. So he was banking on us switching out, trying to preserve differential. But you know, it's the playoffs, like who gives a shit about differential? And that was really good for us because it showed us that we do outspeed. So the nasty plot is gonna be pretty useless here as we will outspeed. He goes for the max. Psychic will kill. Sends out Hitmontop. Now at this point I thought, I think I want to try to go for the 6-0, you know, just for fun. Because it's so rare for me to get 6-0s. I thought the Hitmonlee may be scarfed or have priority. I decided to switch out to our Sil Valley Poison. And looking at that damage, that looks like it's probably Technician. Was it Technician? Yeah, because I believe when Hitmontop came in, it didn't intimidate. So yeah, it was Technician. So we would have lost Hoopa there. We go for the parting shot here as he switches to Venusaur. We max the rant. We go for the max hair. This should kill. Yep, we get the Oko. He sends out Hitmontop. Yep, no intimidate there. We go for the max knuckle as you go CC. Max knuckle again. Now at this point, I actually thought that he was intimidate. And I wasn't really paying attention to the game that well. So I just thought, you know, I don't want to prolong this. Maybe he gets a scald and it crits and whatnot. As well as risk, hustle, miss. I decided to just go to my Spectre, set up a nasty plot, and just spam Shadow Ball. There's nothing really he can do about this one. Because the first Shadow Ball will do a shit ton. Boom. 69. As he goes for Scald, and the next one is definitely gonna kill. Alright, and that's gonna be a 6-0 GG, it's dashing. Yeah, you know, when I would talk to my teammates about my matchup, I was telling them like, you guys need to win your match because my match is, you know, borderline unwinnable. If Zacian is played right, then there's not really much I can do. As well as from a prediction standpoint, as well as team building standpoint, there's really no options here. But yeah, fortunately, I looked at the game as like a formality because Ricky already won his game and Alex's game looked like a sure win. So I was okay losing this one because I know that we would advance to the semis. But yeah, we actually played before Alex and we were able to get the 6-0. Like, it's so crazy that this happened. Like, if you would think of me saying this is probably one of the toughest matchups I have in the season, and you see me 6-0 dude, you wouldn't believe, you'd think I'm bullshitting, you know, but no. He went for greed there, and I have a really good history of punishing greed. So this adds to that. Because, yeah, it was fair of him to do, I would say, if it was maybe someone else. Because if I switched out Hoopa there, he gets the plus 2. So he's plus 3 now. Zacian just OKOs everything at that point. Nothing I can do. It's GG. He would 5-0 me at that point. But no, he went for greed and we punished the greed. Here in Alliance, we always punish the greed. So yep, that's gonna be the game. If you like the content, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all for the TPL finals. Cheers!